Hi, awesome and amazing patriots. Tonight I would like to focus on our worst enemy and criminal, Joe Biden, the election thief. There is now proof of what we all knew, that Joe Biden laundered money, a lot of your tax dollars, with his brother. James Biden wrote a check for $200,000 that reads loan repayment. We all know Biden was giving his brother his cut of the money laundering. There was no loan. This is criminal. He is a criminal. There is proof that the Biden family set up fake companies to launder money, and the transactions from them are tied to foreign sources, two being Ukraine and China. This family is a cartel. They continue to steal money and keep getting away with it. Now, let's look at President Trump. He's being accused of financial crimes and an insurrection he's not guilty of. Soros-bought Attorney General Letitia James is trying to make a name for herself along with that joke of a judge, Arthur Engoron. I have names for them, but I'm not allowed to use them. They are claiming President Trump inflated the value of his properties to secure loans. Their expert witness is disbarred attorney Michael Cohen. Mr. Cohen is a convicted criminal and seems to lie as a career. He admitted he can't remember that President Trump told him to do that. That's because President Trump is innocent. He didn't do it. Michael Cohen said President Trump will be held accountable. Held accountable for what exactly? Once again, he did not do anything. This is another attempt to prevent President Trump from running this campaign. It won't work. Let's look at President Trump being given a gag order. He's not allowed to talk about his case, to tell the truth. That is a violation of his First Amendment rights. Meanwhile, Tlaib is inciting riots and insurrection targeting, lying about Israel and Jews everywhere, and she isn't stopped. Tlaib claims free speech spewing lies, while President Trump tells the truth and gets a gag order violating his First Amendment rights. How does that work? President Trump is being charged with an insurrection on January 6th. Total lies. President Trump called for peace and told people if they protest to make their voices heard peacefully. Isn't it a coincidence that Nancy Pelosi's daughter was there at that exact day and time, and she filmed the fake fear in Pelosi's eyes? Real footage shows there was no insurrection. It was yet another setup to blame President Trump. In another attempt to blame President Trump, Ashley Babbitt was murdered by an incompetent Michael Byrd, who has a history of leaving his firearm in public restrooms. This is just beyond evil. Let's get back to Tlaib. She blames Israel for bombing a hospital parking lot when Hamas was guilty. It was their missile, so she knows she's lying, but keeps ramping up a crowd to commit violent crimes against Jews and to hate Israelis. But that's just free speech, right? Tell me, how come President Trump doesn't get what they call free speech, but Tlaib does? That doesn't make sense to me. The Dems are terrified of President Trump because he knows their dirty secrets and will expose and imprison them as he should. What I've tried to do here is show how all the rights that the Dems seem to enjoy and abuse are not the same rights or rules for President Trump. Can you see the difference? When President Trump was in office, gas was $2.37 a gallon. America gained 7 million new jobs. Middle-class family income increased over $6,000. The unemployment rate reached a record low of 3.5%. Incomes rose in every single metropolitan area in the United States for the first time in nearly 3 decades. Income inequality fell by the largest amount in over 1 decade. The bottom 50% of American households saw a 40% increase in net worth. Unemployment rates for minorities, veterans, and individuals with disabilities all reached record lows. And when the pandemic hit, he was very fast in cutting off travel from China and Europe, and signed the largest relief package in U.S. history. He kept his promise and built over 400 miles of wall, substantially decreasing illegal crossings. He moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, he made our country oil independent, and he took out ISIS. These are not all the only positive impacts that President Trump had on our country, but I don't have time to list them all. Do you want to know how many positive impacts on our country Biden has made? Zilch! What a shocker! Biden has destroyed our economy. Inflation is out of control. We have millions of illegals that have crossed our border, and many of them are terrorists. Illegals are being supported with your tax dollars as our hero veterans starve on the streets. So basically, President Trump made our country so much better, and Biden has destroyed it with everything from stealing the election to selling us out to China. Please support President Trump, Mrs. Lara Logan, and her series called The Rest of the Story in homage to Paul Harvey's Rest of the Story. Her work is brilliant and she's absolutely fearless. I love her. Please also support Mr. Dinesh D'Souza's new movie Police State and go to policestatefilm.net to get your tickets. Both Mrs. Logan and Mr. D'Souza are two of my favorite heroes. Good night, awesome and amazing patriots. I love and appreciate you all.